Welcome to the SUTV show on what has been a fantastic week so far for Sheffield United, following a Super Saturday at Bramall Lane, where the Blades claimed their first Premier League 3 points of the season against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Coming up on this week's show, we'll be chatting with the scorer of that stunning first goal against Wolves, Cameron Archer. Will Osula will be dropping by as well to give us an update on his injury progress as he nears a return to action on the pitch. But first of all, where else could we start than by reliving the highlights from last Saturday with exclusive footage from behind the Blades.
Yeah.
My friend.
How you doing, bro?
Fine, you? Yeah? Yeah? Right.
Hello,
The dynamic.
How are you? Okay?
How you doing, bro?
Agree to this bit. See you. Right.
Well, you're all right.
Hi mate, you alright?
Right, sign on my spoon.
Yeah.
Much appreciated.
Well, a memorable occasion for everybody who was at Bramall Lane on Saturday. Certainly the majority of the 29,454 fans inside the stadium, as well as every member of this Sheffield United side, including the man that joins me now, Cameron Archer. Great to have you on the SUTV show. We have to start with that goal. At what point did you know it was in the back of the net?
Kind of when I got up, because as I fell, I kind of see it hit the bar, and then I had the big roar, and then I got up, and obviously it's gone in, and went to celebrate.
Have you struck a sweeter strike than that one? Because from where I was, admittedly, around about the halfway line, it seemed to ping off your boot.
Yeah, obviously I hit it quite well, well enough to hit the ball and go in. So I think a better one I scored was with my head, but not with my feet, probably not.
And in front of the Cop End, that's your first one at Bramall Lane in front of the Cop End as well. I mean, given the magnitude of the situation, the sense of expectation, just talk us through that. As a young player making his way to a new club, what's that moment like?
Obviously it's amazing. Every time I score, I enjoy it. It's always been a thing that I wanted to do. Come here, score goals, and make people happy as well.
Everybody says that when you play at Bramall Lane, the Cop End helps suck the ball into the net. As a player, is that the sense you've got since you came here?
Yeah, of course. Obviously, the fans help me a lot. They've been with us since the start of the season. Obviously, they're important for us, and then they'll be important for us in the future as well.
And of course, you announced yourself as a Blade in quite some fashion in that home game against Everton. But I know before we started the cameras rolling today, you said I was due another one.
Yeah, of course. I think every game I'm due another one. You know what I mean? So I just, like I said, I just want to keep scoring. Obviously, I just want to be resilient and keep going.
And what's it like for you as well now on Saturday? Certainly the second half, you were leading the line with Rhiann's injury, forcing him off. Ollie McBurney's usually filled that role. He's getting back from injury. So what was that slight variation in your role in the team like?
I think it's quite the same, to be fair. You know, that high press Gaffer wants. He wants energy. I like to think I'll bring that.
Is there a change in emphasis though? Because obviously it's a fairly thankless task. If you're up there leading the line on your own, there's a lot of effort, a lot of running, a lot of energy used. It's not just a case of focus on goal and try and take every opportunity that comes your way. You've got to roll for the team in that sense as well.
Yeah, of course. Obviously, the people behind me, I know they're behind me, so I'll just go full throttle, press, bring energy and score goals, yeah.
What's it like when you've got players like Gustavo, James McAtee, the quality they bring, able to feed the ball down the channels? It must be a dream for a striker. Yeah,
of course. They're the type of players I like to play with. They feed you in. Obviously, we've just been unfortunate the last couple of games. I think we're starting to tick now, and hopefully we can keep going.
And take us inside that Blades dressing room as well, following the game on Saturday. First win you'll have experienced as a Sheffield United player, first Premier League win of the season for this team. What was it like inside that dressing room?
Well, I went to do an interview straight after, so...
Oh, so you missed out on the initial celebration?
Yeah, a little bit. So I came back in and everyone was just happy. Everyone's obviously buzzed. Obviously, we want that feeling every week, so we just make sure we put out performance and we can keep getting that feeling.
Does it make a difference? We all talk about it, obviously, outside of the team, but when you're involved in it, does it make a difference when you get that first win, when you experience it with your teammates and you're up and running?
Yeah, of course. I think football's built on confidence, and we'll definitely have that for Sunday. I think we had the talk last week as well, what we need to bring, what we need to do better. I think, yeah.
George Baldock joined us on the post-game show on Saturday and said the first half might not have looked flashy to the fans and everyone else watching, but he felt it was a first half that you as a team needed to work your way into the game, and certainly after half-time there seemed to be a marked increase in tempo. You got at Wolves, you seemed to be on top and dominating.
Yeah, I think we went into the game with confidence, to be fair. I think each and every one of us motivated each other, knew what we needed to bring to the team, and obviously you don't want to lose that shirt, so gotta make sure we're doing your job.
Well, you've certainly staked your claim for it now with that sensational strike on Saturday. We would anticipate You'll be out there again leading the line this weekend at Brighton. Does the mentality change now when you go to somewhere like the Amex against a team that, that I guess they're the standard bearers for a club like Sheffield United, on what can be achieved, what can be done in the Premier League?
I think we'll have the same mentality. Obviously, we gotta bring energy every game, so we gotta make sure we have that. Obviously, Brighton are a good side, so we just need to work on what they're weak at, and then make sure we execute.
They've only lost one home game in the Premier League this season, but they've only taken 3 points from the last 5. They're obviously involved in Europe. Do you guys, as a team, as a group, feel that that's something that you can exploit this weekend?
Maybe. I don't think so, because obviously when we played Newcastle, they had a Champions League game before that. And then obviously we lost 8-0. So I don't think so. I think we just gotta make sure we're on it. Not think about too much about them, and make sure it's all about us, and make sure we do our job.
Are we at a stage now with this group, Cameron, where you believe that if you bring your best game, you're a match for anybody in the Premier League? On your day, you can be very competitive.
Yeah, I think so. I think Premier League's about turn up on the day. We know the quality it has, and like I said, we just gotta bring energy and make sure everyone does their job. And yeah.
And how much are you relishing and enjoying this challenge as well? Because you had 2 loan spells in the last 2 seasons at Preston, and then were very successful with Middlesbrough in the Championship at the end of last season. This is all part of that progression for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's another step in my career. It's a challenge I want to relish. I just want to do well, stay professional, and keep doing what I'm doing. Yeah.
How much are you enjoying going up against the best the Premier League has to offer? Because presumably that brings out the best in you, does it not?
Yeah, of course. You want to play against the best players. Obviously, I'm learning every day as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Who's provided the toughest challenge that you've faced so far, be it an individual or a team? What's stood out for you so far?
Obviously, I think that Newcastle game, it really hit us. Obviously, it was difficult, but obviously, like I said, they have that energy. They have, obviously, I don't think they have as much quality as like Man City, Chelsea and stuff. So they bring that energy, and I think when you bring that energy, I feel like you can really beat anyone, really.
And that's something you can learn from and grow then going forward.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Cameron, it's been great having you on the SUTV show. We look forward to seeing you this weekend in action. I wish you the very best of luck. Obviously, everybody's still talking about that goal and that finish at Bramall Lane from Saturday. We had a special guest at the stadium for that match as well, because we're reflecting on 50 years since Bramall Lane last staged first-class cricket. So, who better to talk about it than the last man to lead Yorkshire County Cricket Club out at Bramall Lane? Here's my chat with Sir Geoffrey Boycott. Well, we're here at Bramall Lane for the game against Wolves. It's half-time, goalless here at the moment, but we're also looking back on 50 years since this venue last staged a first-class cricket match, and who better to talk about that than the legend himself, the man who last led Yorkshire out on this ground, Sir Geoffrey Boycott. Great to see you here.
Oh, I love Bramall Lane. I played here in 1963 and got my first-class 100, which was against Lancashire, 145, 146, I think. So that set me up and got me on my way. I think I made 600s at Bramall Lane, and we liked the pitch. Unfortunately, you lot dug it up so you could build a stand. But we actually liked the pitch because it had a little bit of carry, so you could play your shots nicely. It did a little bit of movement for the seamers. It always turned a bit later in the game, so it was actually a very, very good cricket pitch. And as Yorkshire were always trying to win the championship, you were going to get results. Yes, occasionally we lost, but we won a lot of matches. And we loved it. I loved it, and I've got fond memories because it was my first time. I've even got memories of when you were going to build a stand and get rid of the cricket. And actually, I think it was 1972 or 3, the last match.
August 73.
Well, it was 72. I think you were going to finish then, and I made 160 odd against Lancashire. I played fantastic. I thought, wow, the finishing, and I got a big 100 against Lancashire there. But then something happened. You must have had a delay on building the stands. You played another year, and that's when we turned up to play Lancashire again. And there's lots of photographs of David Lloyd, the captain of Lancashire, and myself, captain of Yorkshire, and all these puddles of water everywhere. The whole game was spoilt through rain. So my other memory is when that match finished, they sold off the turf. You're too young to remember, are you?
Just about, but I was going to say, you liked this outfield, didn't you?
And I bought some. I was living in a terraced house, as I did with my mother and two brothers. They got married. My father had died from a mining accident. And at that period, I bought some turf and we planted it in my mum's backyard. So I had Bramall Lane turf until my mother died of cancer of the breast, and then I left in 1980 or so. But yeah, I bought some Bramall Lane turf. I loved it. I love Bramall Lane.
So it's fair to say that this stadium and this ground, even now, still holds fond memories for you.
Yes, except for you built a bloody stand on where I used to bat.
That aside, though.
Yeah, I'm sat in a seat there in the director's box, and I'm thinking, I bet I were batting here.
You probably were. Well, Sir Geoffrey, it's great to see you here. Great to see you looking so fit and well as well. Enjoy the second half.
Thank you. And tell them to shoot.
Wise words from the cricketing legend that is Geoffrey Boycott there. Sheffield United should shoot more. We duly did in the second half. 2 goals, 3 points. I'm joined by a young striking blade alongside me, Will Osula. Great to have you alongside us, Will. We heard from Sir Geoffrey Boycott there on Saturday saying the blades need to shoot more. Who better to speak to about shooting, getting shots on target than yourself, a member of this first team? First of all, though, before we get into the on-field stuff, I've got to ask you about the contract extension you signed last month. A big moment for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me. Yeah, big moment for me last month to obviously have signed my new contract. So very proud, very happy moment for me and my family. So happy to get that done.
Well, congratulations first and foremost. As somebody that's come up through the academy, and this season we've seen you break into first team action as well, playing several games in the Premier League. What does it mean to you to have that security now as well for your future?
Yeah, absolutely. It's given me a lot of confidence, very happy that the club's put that faith and trust and believe in me, to keep going and keep pushing on for what I've started so far this season. So yeah, I look forward to keep working, keep pushing hard, and very happy to have that platform and stability here at Sheffield United.
And it's all about progress, isn't it? You've come up, as you say, through the ranks, played in the academy under Paul Heckingbottom. Now he's obviously the manager here at Sheffield United. He's brought you into the first team and given you a chance in the Premier League as well. Just walk us through that journey, what it's been like for you from when you started here as a young blade to where you are now.
Yeah, it's been a long journey. It's been a good journey since under 14, under 15 days. So yeah, it's been a
few
long
years.
journey. Yeah, I know. I've been there for a long time. But yeah, it's been a good journey through the academy, to scholarship, then to your first pro contract, and to the last contract, second pro contract I've just signed. So yeah, it's been amazing through under 18s to 23s. We're loving lives, obviously. But I've had some ups and downs still in the academy where I had to stay strong and keep pushing with injuries and stuff. But I'm happy, obviously, I come on the other side healthy and fit, and yeah, I'm happy now, ready to go.
What's that relationship like with the manager? Has he changed from when he was in charge of the academy to the responsibility of the first team, or does that help you in your progression?
Yeah, absolutely. I know, obviously, the gaffer, Paul Heckingbottom, and Jack Lester and the staff, so that's helped. I've known them from the academy, and we know each other. Everyone knows each other very well. And obviously that's helped going from academy into first team, fluent transaction. So really happy to obviously be working with them, as I know them very well. And
I imagine Jack Lester's an integral part in your progression as well, a former striker here back in the day at Sheffield United, now part of the coaching setup. What sort of influence has he had on your career so far?
Yeah, absolutely. Jack Lester, a great striking coach, teaching a lot of strikers how to, regarding movement, being close together, how to strike the ball, different things. So he's helping the strikers a lot, and yeah, that's how obviously helped the academy into first team.
What's his message when you do get that opportunity, when you find yourself in the box with a chance to score? What's the one message that he tries to get across to everybody in this team?
As a strikers, particularly?
Yeah,
to be in the box, because that's where you're going to score the goals. So make sure you're in the box when the crosses comes, and yeah, just be there. That's where you're going to score the most goals.
Now, imagine at the start of the season, obviously everybody knew about the limitations Paul Heckingbottom was dealing with the squad, but one man's misfortune is another man's gain. For you, that was the case. You got to play in, I think, the first 3 Premier League games before injury struck, Palace, Forest and Manchester City. What was that like? Because that's another step up as well, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. That was amazing. Dream come true for me to play in the Premier League, first 3 games, to start them. was amazing. You know, that's what I dream of, obviously, to play in the Premier League. So I was really happy and I'm proud, yeah.
How different is it when you're playing against a team like Manchester City, for example, with all their stars, European champions? Is it another level up?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, Man City, one of the greatest teams in the world, you know. So obviously, play against them is obviously a challenge. But we obviously played well and we fought well in that game, and I felt like we did well, yeah.
Yeah, and you know better than us as well, when the team is fighting for each other and the crowd at Bramall Lane gets up for it as well. There are a few places like it, so I imagine, albeit as an observer at the weekend, to see that place rocking like it was against Wolves, that must have lifted everybody, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the fans are great at Bramall Lane. They're loud, and yeah, it's amazing to give us that boost to keep working and keep fighting and fight for the badge, yeah.
How much of it does it scratch that itch for you to get back on the pitch? Because it's been a couple of months now, and I know it's been a frustrating period for you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's been a frustrating period last couple of months. Obviously injured. It's not what you want, but it happens. It's football. But yeah, definitely, I can't wait to come back and play in front of the fans. You know, they're great. They're amazing, and yeah.
Give us an update then on the injury situation, because I said right at the top of the show that we were hopeful that it wouldn't be too long. Are you hopeful?
Yeah, I'm hopeful. I'm definitely hopeful. I should be looking to come back very soon now. So yeah, I look forward whenever that is, and can't wait to get going again.
Those competitions for places are heating up, aren't they?
Of course, it's football, it's competition everywhere, but just happy to play my part for the team and look forward as a team to get the wins and keep going.
Well, look, Will, it's a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you.
Come back anytime soon. We wish you all the best. We hope to see you lace up the boots and be back out on the field soon. So thank you very much for your time. Of course, for the Blades this weekend, it's a trip to the Amex Stadium. Brighton and Hove Albion provide the opposition. And fingers crossed, it can be another 3 points. Back-to-back wins for the Blades going into the international break would be ideal. Don't forget, of course, we'll be back with you with the SUTV show in 2 weeks' time after the international break, when Bournemouth will be the visitors to Bramall Lane.